that I've ever run across of a man who was there is this story. And with this, I'll close. A man by the name of HORATIO SPAFFORD. HORATIO SPAFFORD was a lawyer. He had a fantastic business in Chicago. He had a wife and 5 children. In 1871, the youngest of his children died because of pneumonia. Also that same year, he lost his entire business due to the Chicago fires. Well, later, as time went, God blessed Mr. Spafford, and he was able to rebuild his business. And he decided he was going to send his wife and his daughters on a trip. He was going to join them later. So he put them on an ocean liner, and they took off. As they were sailing to their destination, the iron-hulled Scottish ship collided with their ocean liner. As that ship went down into the water, the 4 daughters that belonged to Mr. Spafford ended up drowning and died. Only Mr. Spafford's wife, Anna, made it to the destination. She sent back a wire to her husband that said, "Children drowned. I alone am left. What shall I do?" Well, as quickly as he could, Mr. Spafford gathered up his things, packed his bags, got on an ocean liner, and took off in the same direction. And somewhere on that trip, what do you think about this? Somewhere on that trip, as he was standing on that ocean liner, a captain or a sea participant looked at him and said, "Mr. Spafford, it was about right here where the ship went down and your daughters drowned." And Mr. Spafford was no longer here, but was transported to a place called there, where he was standing, and God was showing his glory. And he was sheltered because he didn't fall down on his knees and ball up in a ball and cry his eyes out and blame God and blame the world. But instead, Mr. Spafford said, "When peace, amen, like a river, attendeth my way. Amen. When sorrows like sea billows roll." Well, but Mr. Spafford, you lost 4 children. Plus, you lost another child from pneumonia. Plus, you lost your business from a fire. God obviously doesn't care for you, but Mr. Spafford was not here. He was transported to there, and he said, "Whatever my lot, amen, you have taught me to say." What did he say? He didn't say, "God, why'd you do this? God, don't you care about me? God, why would you allow this to happen?" He said, "No, it is well." It is well. With who? With my soul. Notice that. Not what the world says, not what anybody else says. It is well with my soul. Yes, but Dr. Scott, you said you were discouraged by everything that was going on. You said you were discouraged by the troubles and the trials. You were discouraged by talking to people and they still go through trouble. I understand that, but it is well with my soul. Amen. Because they might want to stay here, but I want to find a place called there. Does anybody know what I'm talking about here tonight? I want to find that place, and as sure as I'm standing here, that place called there is real. Amen. It is as real